Another day, another chance, another way, another dance. Today I'll be discussing chapter 3, and this has everything to do with Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin stuff here. So it's got everything to do with that. So obviously, if you got something called HTMX crash course extended HTML with simple yet powerful codes, right? Download the PDF and let's get to this. Let's explore polling or making a request to server every so often to get updated data, right? So say if you so what you do is in my chapter 3 here. So my index HTML. So always you're gonna be always gonna have a case where you're gonna press shift, exclamation mark, enter, and then what will happen is everything will get submitted, right? So this would pop up, this would pop up, that would pop up, pretty much everything that you see here will pop up. So your title of your web browsers, of your web pages, title of your web page can be polling. Then you got here's your href, your bootstrap, pretty much for your CSS, yeah, it's like a style sheet, right? Bootstrap for your style sheet. This pretty much set up the layout. Then here's the integrity of it. Then there's the head. The head is going to be this, right? And then this is going to be the body. So div class, this pretty much substantiates, pretty much contains, it's like a container, right? It pretty much contains everything, all the data, all the information into a structure, right? This pretty much takes all the elements and lists them, right? So it's gonna be a container because everything's gonna be contained, right? And each one's name is gonna be Bitcoin price track, so everything's gonna be contained, all the info is gonna be contained. So it's gonna be Bitcoin price tracker, and then it's gonna be, so what I did was, if you can see for your original one, for chapter 3 here, the original one for chapter 3 here, right? So for the original one for chapter 3, you can see, right, that you got your HX get, right? Then the HX trigger. So HX get is responsible for pretty much taking all the information, then pretty much like posting. So all your information is gonna be found in the web browser. You won't have to key in everything. All you have to do is get all the information that you're gonna need, that this project is gonna need on your web browser. So you get price, then HX trigger every 5 seconds, then loading. So that's gonna be a trigger. So your trigger is gonna be every 5 seconds. As you can see, it looks different. Your HX and everything, your setup looks different. So what I was ordained to do was make sure that your HX and all of that would be displayed far away from your title. So I'd make sure that it had like a separate value. So div class container HX get price for every 5 seconds. Then yeah. So what I did was that I made an H2 heading so it can be 1 times pretty much smaller than your H1, which is Bitcoin price tracker. So get price, HX trigger every 5 seconds loading. So this is what you're going to be seeing. So your trigger is going to be loading, right? So every 5 seconds is going to be trigger. And then this is what you're going to be seeing before your trigger gets initiated. So HX get price, same thing here. So your div for your ID for your div elements can be every 5 seconds. So it's gonna get all its info from this one here. As you'll see in the server class container, so all information can get contained. HX get price. So you pretty much get fetching your price, right? getting a price and then displaying it in your browser. You're not actually adding any information, keying in any information, just getting a price. And then your trigger is going to be every 5 seconds. That's going to be a trigger. That's what's going to trigger the reaction that you want to be able to see the Bitcoin price. So you're going to go to your server, right? And in your server, you're going to see something called like current price, right? So your current price, right, is going to be like $60. Express.json. So it's going to be it's using Express. You already downloaded Express because Express comes with, Express will come with downloading Django Shell terminal, content app Express, yeah, Espresso, playing through URL encoded, express.json, current price 60, get price, requesting, and then your response is going to be anything record. So this is pretty much going to be like your four pillars, right? Your four pillars for like for anything that you do, right? So for your get response, you got four pillars: parameter, right? Response, put, and record. So and so that's what you put, and then so you can be your request, parameter, response, and then put. So that's pretty much the four pillars for your get request. So current price equals current price plus method random times 2 minus 1 res send. So this is gonna be your so this is pretty much gonna be like your response, right? Your response, current price to fixed. So these cache icons pretty much enable your pretty much enable your function to actually retrieve your pretty much your let variables or your variables to be able to pretty much let them be functional, make them be functional in any equation or any string that you put in, anything that you put in, like any string or pretty much anything that you put it in, it's gonna be functional. So that's what your cache symbols are gonna be. The cache symbols. So to fix, right, this is a method, right? Fraction digits return string representing a number in fixed point notation, and this is pretty much referring to after what decimal do you want to refer to. So after the decimal, it's going to refer to like one digit. App listener. So this is for your terminal. So obviously, in order for you to access anything on your web browser, the terminal has to be running. So this will take all the HTML. The HTML is pretty much responsible for the way that stuff's going to look in your web browser, and the server.js is responsible for everything. That's for the way that everything's going to operate on your web browser. So in order for you to operate anything on a web browser, it needs like a constant log, needs like your server to be running. So this is constant log for the terminal, right? And it's going to read out, the string is going to read out service running on port 3000. That's going to be seen on terminal. This is for you, and your app listener is pretty much to make sure that everything that you list, right? Everything that you key in is going to be updated on the terminal. So your terminal can record that, and everything that you record on your terminal is going to be reflected on what you see on the web browser. So let's try this bad boy out. So chapter 3, open integrated terminal, opening our terminal. Let's see. Okay. So as you can see here, what you can be seeing, right? What you're going to be seeing, get price and everything. What you're going to be seeing is going to be reflected, right, on what you can see on the web browser. Okay. This might take a little bit of time, so you need to wait for that. Come on, terminal. Come on, terminal. Come on, terminal. Okay. Terminal's working now. Set execution policy. Node server.js. Okay, node. Okay, my node running. Come on. Yeah, server's running now. So pretty much what you do is get the server to run. In order to get the server to run, do set execution policy, or if you want it to be permanently set stone, go to terminal code command. You set pretty much your Windows start code command, set execution policy, yada yada yada. Press that, and then that will permanently set it. But if you don't want to do that, set execution policy, node server.js, servers running on port 3000. So what you can do is localhost, right? And then you can do 3000. As you can see here, since your server is running, it can actually pick up, your computer can actually pick up that you're trying to refer to your BMI calculator. So you enter, which your computer can already sense that you try to like refer to like your Bitcoin. Just waiting. The wind is strong, so obviously I'm just waiting for this page to like be responsive. Pretty much messed up my network, actually, the wind. Come on now. So while it's loading up, so your JSON packages, right? It's a language that the computer can read and we can read. So this is pretty much what it does, just pretty much give out definition, just give out the structure, information, pretty much like the overall structure of your stuff that you're working on. So yeah, that's your JSON. So the structure that we can understand, package JSON, everything. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, so as you can see here, so the website, the bootstraps, right? Let me go to the bootstraps now. Let me go to the bootstraps. Okay, so here's the bootstrap. So here's the bootstrap and everything. There's bootstrap like a contributor from GitHub, right? It's a license.